about somebody who is dealing with some codependent energy. This would be a person who likes to pop in when they need something. They might want some comfort or just some company or some physical connection. But when they are ready to go off and do their own thing, they may not give you much notice and they may not offer you the same kind of comfort that they seek from you. So we have somebody who wants no strings. I want you close to me, but I'm not ready for a commitment. Yet they're comfortable asking you to be there for them. So kind of sounds like they want the best of both worlds. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Holy Yoga. What's going on? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Global. What's up? From Portugal. Muito bem. That's all I know. I'm sorry. Did I say hello to Dana? Hello. Let's dive in with, what should we use, you guys? Oh my goodness. Why is this such a difficult choice for me right now? We're going to go with the Noisy Tarot. All right. What else do we have, please? Did I say it right? What do we have? The Three of Swords and the Five of Wands. So I am distant, or I don't want to pursue emotional connection or a deeper connection because I'm afraid of heartbreak. But there's an internal battle for them, or they're fighting against themselves, maybe even dealing with some arguments with you over this non-committal energy. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Swords, and the Page of Cups. They're struggling to make a decision and kind of going back and forth between acting like they're in a relationship with you, with that codependent energy, and then pulling back and acting more like this Knight of Wands in the reverse, which would be somebody who's unreliable or difficult to reach, someone with unpredictable intentions, or maybe even somebody who's just focused on the physical side of the relationship. Like, what am I getting from it is kind of how they're looking at it, right? Hello, Amanda. How are you doing? Hello, Selena. Hello, LCU. How are you? Hello, Asusena. How are you doing? Hello, Stola. Hello, James. I hope you're having a good day, hon. We've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Hermit. Okay, so I do think there's an argument that happens because somebody wants some solitude, because they are the one who's always in charge of when do I see you, and oh, I don't feel like seeing you right now, so you're just gonna have to deal with my being really distant, you know, that kind of thing. So this Hermit energy is about somebody who feels like they're better off on their own, even though they admittedly come back around to get some sort of fulfillment or warm fuzzies from this person they don't want to commit to. Hello, Shannon. How are you doing? Thank you, James. Hello, Squasley. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you, LCU. We have the Star, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. This Star is, I think, what this person is focused on, but it eludes them because they pursue it the wrong way. they have attributed happiness or what they think would make them feel good about themselves to the wrong things in life. And as a result, the amount of energy or time they're willing to give to emotional connections or relationships is rather low. Instead, it looks like they're focused on how can I get rich? How can I maybe even be famous? For some of you, this Ten of Pentacles is not pointing towards materialism or a focus on being wealthy. It could actually be more about a family interference. I can't pursue you or I can't commit to you because I know what my family would say or that my family would not approve. Hello, Learn. How are you doing? Hello, Scott. Hello, Nomo. How's it going? That doesn't really apply to my live stream. I'm just going to remove your question and ask you to stay on topic or at least be involved in the live chat. Hello, Michael. That's not what this channel is about. Hello, Bob. How are you doing? This is the Masonic Tarot. Just a little heads up that when we see anything to do with gold, that is actually associated with fire, not earth energy. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. All right, so we have somebody who's lying to get what they want. I want you close to me, but I'm not ready for a commitment. Are they actually saying it that way? Are they sending mixed signals? We have another Knight of Cups in the reverse. I think this is like promises or talking about like, you know, someday this will happen. I just thought of my cousin Vinny where, crap, I can't remember her name in the story. Is it Mona Lisa? I think it is Mona Lisa. She whines about how she's been engaged for so long and she'd been told when he wins his first case, then they can get married, but she's getting sick of how long that takes. There could be somebody here who has professional aspirations that they consider to be a requirement, like before they can actually get into a committed relationship, but they may be kind of leaning on that longer than they should. So we've got the Six of Mallets, which would be like the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Mallets in the reverse, or the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. There's something here about someone not fulfilling their end of the bargain, making a deal but not doing what they were supposed to do. This could also be a reference to that codependent energy where, yes, I'm telling you that we can have like an equal give and take, or I won't take more than I can give. But with the Knight of Cups being in the reverse, this person is not making good on their offer. So I think we have someone who is considering whether or not they want to continue to put up with this hermit individual. We have the Queen of Mallets, which would be the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Gold, which would be the King of Wands in the reverse. So basically questioning, why am I giving so much time and energy to this hermit when they seem to be really only around when it suits them? I can't rely upon them, and I don't even know if they're faithful to me. So I think we have somebody deciding maybe it's time to back away from this unreliable energy because they're not willing to be open to commitment. That's pretty appropriate, Key Controller. This is the Gold Foil Tarot. We have the Chariot and the Nine of Swords. And the Five of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, I have like a hair. You guys, when I left the last reading, I totally leaned over the candle and got like hot wax in my hair. So if it looks a little weird, you let me know. I think we've got somebody here who's now stressed out because they rely upon this person they refuse to commit to. This King of Wands in the reverse, this hermit individual. they're starting to understand that there could actually be some issues here that they are not as set up to deal with if they don't have this situationship or this friend with benefits in their life. And it's making them question, have I chosen poorly as far as avoiding a commitment with this person? Have I set myself up for a bit of a setback because I didn't invest with this person? So while they've been prioritizing their independence, they may have inadvertently caused problems for their future because they are dependent upon this person. Thank you, LCU. I do avoid health questions. I can touch on it lightly, but in general, I stay away from health questions, just so you know. Finances, friendship, romance. I got you. And just to give you a heads up, I tend to start those personal questions at about 30 or 40 minutes in, just in case you have to pop out for something, or in case you have to check back in. But you would be the first one on that personal questions list. Hello, House. How you doing? Hello, Sharon. How are you? Hello, Robert. Oh, hello, Marcus. How are you doing today? That's so sweet of you. Let me know if you have a question, please. Hello, Christina. How are you doing? We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Three of Swords, and the King of Cups in the reverse. So while we have one person who has become codependent on this relationship, we have another person who has realized they cannot rely on this person. So leaving for them is much easier, right? Aw, thank you, James. Let me know if you would like me to pull some cards, either Marcus or James. I very much so appreciate you. Tough lady. I don't know, man. I need to get back into either like painting as much as I used to, or like push-ups or something. I used to have some muscles, but they're like gone now. Hello, Bina. How are you doing? Welcome. Hello, Delano. What's up? Six of Wands and the Tower. It looks to me like this person who's been unwilling to invest in the relationship but still depends upon you, that they have some pretty crazy things happen where it makes them realize all the more how much they depend on your energy. So I'm reading this as if you are the Nine of Pentacles individual, the person who's able to walk away. And I think the person who has some pretty strong intuition, you're able to more easily walk away from this, even though the other person has been non-committal. You realize that it's not a failure because you've learned a lot about yourself and what you are willing to tolerate, right? Because we have to have standards. You deserve to have standards. It's like those roller coaster rides where you have to be this tall to ride. You got to make sure you have one of those signs at the like entrance, right? Hello, Mithun. How are you doing? Oh, it's fine with me if you don't believe in what I say. My readings are for people who find that they resonate, but I don't really like to sit here and try to prove myself. Takes away from the time that I can read for those that are already there, you know? So we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse. So now, because life is going to become a bit more challenging, perhaps there are issues at work, perhaps there are issues with family, friends. They have fewer options who to turn to, who to get advice from, or who even to just like ask for a hug from. And this person realizes, wow, I alienated that person, or I pushed them away at the worst possible time, because now I've realized that I have to go through this really difficult situation all on my own. I don't have anyone that I can go and talk to or cry to. It's just going to be difficult. I'm glad to hear that, James. I wish you love and respect all the time. Hello, Rick. What's going on? This is the situations deck. Let's see what else we've got for you. So, even though they did want to keep you as a friend with benefit or not a serious connection, when you walk away, the person who had seemed emotionally distant or difficult to get a hold of, all of a sudden now they have some obsession with you because you walked away. And because they need that, like, I don't know, loving energy that you offer. We have sold, moving, physical, and location change, and journal, writing, diary, keeping notes. This is somebody who, after kind of keeping you at an arm's length distance, like they didn't want you to actually get to know them, now they're trying to get to know all the details about your life, because they realize it's been easier for you to walk away than they expected it would be. Hello, Ain't No Ricky. How you doing? Hello, user. I would say that's probably better than being fearful of them, because your fear is just like their fuel. So it's kind of like, I used to get road rage on the highways because there's a lot of people who don't know how to drive. But now my approach is just like a Forrest Gump wave. You know what I mean by that, right? Like, just get like really nerdy with it. They get confused. They're like, why aren't you mad? Why are you wait? Do I know you? What's going on? And it like makes me happy instead of throwing like negative energy out there. You know what I mean? Hello, Team America. How you doing? So we've got soulmate, similar, friendship, and romantic partner. This is somebody who may find it very difficult to find someone that connects to them the way that you were able to. And they're starting to realize that they may have actually pushed away someone who actually understood them, somebody that they could have been happy with, because they were too focused on making money or being successful or being seen as successful. Now they're trying to look up your social media or figure out what's going on with you based on like what other people are saying, right? Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Mamie. How's your day? I'm glad you like it. Thank you. You all are welcome to steal that from me. I think anytime you can have an opportunity to laugh at a situation that could otherwise make you angry or irritable, you have won, right? So we have on the table and grip. That's so funny. Oh man, this is like some reverse psychology dating situation where, because you were like, well, okay, you don't want anything, I'm just gonna walk away. Because you choose yourself, because you have self-worth, because you know you deserve something better than just being some of the time option for this person. You walk away, you value yourself, you show them what real independence is. They thought they were being independent by avoiding a commitment with you, but they were still dependent on you. That is not independence. They're realizing that you are actually what they were trying to be. And by walking away and not chasing this person, you have made them want you. So, yeah. They're kind of struggling because they're not used to being on this side of the equation. They're used to people being obsessed with them and chasing them. And now they're thinking like, how do I get you? How do I like figure out the right thing to say so that you choose me. This is the Romantic Lenormand. Hello, Illustration. How are you doing? Hello, Nevin. How are you doing? I hope I said that all right. I've got to request English because I don't know what you're saying, okay? My natural wave is very similar. Hey, what's up, bestie Tiana? How are you doing? Have I said hello to Darnell? How are you? Deuces H series. So we've got the stars, which is number 16. I love this card. Isn't that beautiful? This is talking about your ability to relocate, to be happy wherever you land, to find opportunity in any valley or atop any mountain. You're good. Okay, so I haven't listened to them in a while, but there is a song by The Neighborhood. It might be by Jesse himself, but I think it's The Neighborhood, where it talks about where he grew up. And he says something along the lines of, it's not like where you are or your environment, like you could be happy anywhere, right? You got to be able to rise above that. This is somebody, whoever I'm reading for, this Nine of Pentacles, you have shown what real independence is to somebody with your willingness to carve out a new chapter for yourself and go it alone or not be waiting for them, right? Hello, 404. How are you doing? Well, I'm happy for that, James. Yes, Bina, I do. In fact, I believe there's actually a playlist on my channel page that is specific to twin flames. But maybe I will do another twin flame reading here shortly. Otherwise, I do personal questions at the end of general readings and long form personal readings if you email me, which is in the description box. Thank you for the gifts, the floating hearts. I appreciate it. Hello, Wings. How are you doing? Ooh. We got the ombre. We got the man. Oh, and we have the whip, you guys. Are you excited? Be excited. All right, so here's the deal. I think this is a reference to the fact that you've got this person feeling whipped. So because you are independent and bold, it doesn't mean that you have to be a man, right? This masculine energy is that emperor, like I can go it alone, I can do what I want. You're showing this person what that really looks like because they ended up realizing they're actually codependent, right? You cracked the whip. You were like, okay, that's not working for me, so I'm gonna leave. Now they're like, where are you going? I miss you. What can I do? Can I do something for you? Do you need your slippers? Can I get you a glass of water? So you've got them on a short leash after you walked away and said you didn't need anything at all. All right, if you are new to my channel, hello, how are you? We're a little bit weird here sometimes, mostly positive, but a little bit weird. And anytime the whip card comes out, I have a joke that I have to tell you, otherwise my OGs will get mad at me. Right, Tiana? All right, are you ready? The whip. No, not the whip. The whip. No, please, not the whip. The whip. No, please, anything but the whip. Anything? The whip. So, you got this person wanting a commitment after they have spent most of their life running away from that. There's something about you. You put a spell on them. Hello, Luz. How you doing? Well, that's fair. What else do we have? We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So many of you are going to be walking away from this person who was not willing to commit to you. And because you are capable of having those standards and not putting up with that treatment, you walk away from that. This person becomes obsessed with you and they want a reconciliation. Now they're about to become the chaser. Oh, H series, you think I'm dangerous? I mean, I kind of am, but not in the way you think. I will ask you to be respectful. I'm out here trying to help people get out of difficult situations, but just keep in mind that I will have to block you if you get a little bit out of hand, okay? Did I say hello to Grant? How's it going? So we have engagement. This person who's been afraid of commitment is now like, hey, so I've been thinking, and maybe we should like be together forever. You're gonna be like, what? You just like told me you never wanted that. What changed? I walk away and now all of a sudden you want exactly what you said you didn't want? So this is somebody who has accepted and admitted to themselves that they have fallen in love, accepted that they are not going to find this energy in somebody else. They do feel like things have gotten a little bit carried away, but this is someone who, avoidant of commitment, is now wanting it with you. The question is, can you trust that? Is that a genuine change in mindset? Or is somebody just mad that they don't get to be in charge anymore, you know? That's so cool, Marcus. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna write down the name of your channel specifically so I can find it. That's so cool. And thank you for the tip. Please let me know if you'd like me to pull any cards for you. All right. Hello, Rose. How are you doing? Ooh, I hope it gets better for you. I've got your name added to the list, Rose. I will pull a few cards for you and see if we can get some guidance, okay? We've had some very generous folks on the live stream today, so I want to make sure that we get some freebie questions added. Thank you, Bina. I hope I'm saying that right. Clarity on twin flame. Absolutely. And I have future. I got you, and thank you. So I'll pull just a few more cards here from this Tarot of the Nile deck for the general reading. And within the next 5 minutes, I'll get started on those personal questions. I've got LCU up first. Then, I don't know, Marcus, if you want me to pull some cards, let me know. Otherwise, I will take the opportunity to read on some free options, right? Some free questions like Rose. James, if you wanted a question or some cards pulled, you let me know. And then I've got Bina up after that. All right, so to finish out the general reading, what else do we need to know? Hello again, Nat. How are you doing? I got you. Thank you. Hello, Max. Hello, Vibration. How are you doing? Max, I do often do freebies, but not every reading. I do already have a few that I have written down. But it kind of just depends on what you're asking, if I'm honest. Thank you. I am. So we've got the Hierophant in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups. This Nine of Pentacles, whoever you are, it looks like things are moving in the right direction for you, even if it is a little bit challenging to fully walk away from this person, especially if they are chasing you, right? I think you see that there's still some growth that this person needs to go through in order to become less codependent and in order to be able to approach a relationship in a respectful way. So you have kind of got the ick, or you have lost your interest in this person. I feel like there's another offer available to you. This person becomes obsessed because you rejected them when they're not very used to that. And there's another love offer for you that seems to be from a more healed individual or somebody who is interested in being a partner of yours instead of, you know, calling all the shots and being unfair. Thank you for subscribing, Bina. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thanks, Tiana. All right, so we're going to start with LCU for the personal questions. Quick touching base on health, and then finance, and then friendships and romance. What do we have regarding health for LCU? Three of Swords, King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. I'm hearing the word iron. Seven of Pentacles makes me think of dirt. So you may need to be checking on blood or the heart. But I do feel like iron is important to check on. Maybe there's an iron supplement you can take. What do we have for LCU regarding finances? Three of Pentacles is a good one. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Chariot in the reverse, Hierophant in the reverse. It looks to me like with regards to finances, there is somebody in the mix who is able to offer some advice regarding a situation that makes you feel stuck. I don't know how to pay this off because, you know, the late fees, or I don't know if I should take this loan or if I should start a side business. There's a need for direction here, but there's also somebody in your general vicinity that is capable of offering you assistance. That's why this Three of Pentacles is here. So if there's someone who you might respect or you might see as an expert that you could ask a question about, the advice here is yes, please ask them that question. What do we have regarding friendships? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Cups, Page of Rods or Page of Wands in the reverse. This looks to me like there's someone who is thinking about you that wants to reconcile or reconnect. I don't think this is family or someone you dated for a long time. I think this is more of a platonic, I was there for you, you were there for me. We are asking about friendship, so that makes sense. But this is somebody who wants to find a way to start talking again. Find an excuse to catch up and see if there's a way to repair that friendship. And what do we have for romance? Death, Three of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Wands, and the Page of Cups in the reverse. This is a call to action asking for you to be more involved in your own destiny with regards to love. That might mean you need to put yourself out there more. That might mean you need to express yourself if you're interested in somebody, or you might need to be a little more flirtatious. This is saying you might be just a little bit too guarded, or do you have RBF? Sometimes it happens, right? There could be people who think that you are not open to connecting in a romantic way, and you need to like flip the switch so that people are like, oh yeah, no, I think that person's actually, yeah, no, I think they're available. Little bit of a bringing down of the walls. All right, let's see. This is the Spanish tarot. Hello, one who holds fast. How are you doing? Hello, Sky. Did I say that right? Okay, it's an E. Marcus, I'm just going to pull some congratulatory cards here for you because you are very generous, and I appreciate you. We've got the Tower in the reverse, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Wands in the reverse. There's going to be somebody here who is able to manifest. Honestly, I feel like you're the Queen of Wands. Because you have this magical energy right now. There's an unexpected thing that happens that could throw a lot of people for a loop. It could be what you've been talking to, right? Or talking about with us. But this is saying that you are able to avoid calamity, or you're able to manage this because you know your power, because you know what you're good at. So this also kind of means to me that you know how to plan for the long term. Even if it's something that kind of surprises you, your ability to be proactive sets you up to handle these situations better than the average individual. So even though this may seem a little bit like unexpected or you weren't prepared for this, take, I don't know, some solace in the message here being like, you got this. Ah, you're so welcome, LCU. Thank you. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? All right, let's see. I don't remember if James said he wanted some cards. Did anybody see? Sorry, guys. I don't like to pull cards for somebody without permission like that. You know what I mean? James, if you are still out there, you let me know. And I'm going to pull some cards for Rose. What direction or advice does Rose need, please? Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse, and the Devil in the reverse. Your life gets much easier when you reject or walk away from a person that is a negative influence on your energy. This would be somebody that makes it difficult for you to get things done. This would be somebody who may create doubt in terms of your strength or your capability. But I do feel like the decision, it's been difficult for you to make this decision. Eight of, is that Wands or Swords? Wands. No, I think that's Swords. Sorry, guys, they're like real similar. That's the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. There's someone you keep allowing to come back around after arguments, but without any kind of changed behavior or resolution. I do feel like in some way you may be blinded because you love this person or care for this person deeply, but they will not change or become a better version of themselves if you continue to enable them acting the way that they do. So I'm sending you some protective energy and healing energy, and I hope that improves for you. Hello, beautifully broken. How are you doing? Hello, Doji. How are you doing? Or wait, it's do I jiggle? Sorry. That's funny. All right. Let's see. Did we hear from James? I did not see James. Bina, we've got a request for clarity on the twin flame situation. Does he truly love me? What does Bina need to know about the twin flame connection? We have the Tower and the Page of Wands with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Right now there is messaging or guidance, like knocking on the door but not necessarily being responded to. This person is being invited to change their perspective. This person is they're in a place where they could change, or they could just continue to make the same mistakes. But with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who holds back with regards to love. They don't seem to be very comfortable expressing emotion. We have the World. This is someone who does not let others know what's really going on. Yeah, secretive, the Moon. So the thing to keep in mind with twin flame dynamics is that it is an opportunity for two people to grow together and grow apart. What I mean by that is it isn't really much of a twin flame connection if there isn't a period of connecting and then a period of separation, and that usually is like a rinse and repeat. However many times that happens, it's dependent upon how long it takes for each of the individuals to realize their self-worth, what they deserve, how to express themselves and be authentic. But each of those individuals must learn that on their own before those two are capable of having a really healthy connection, right? So does this person truly love Bina? No. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Four of Cups. This is someone who loves how you make them feel, but they don't let you in. Is there a future with this person? Yes. Five of Spears in the reverse. I do think this is somebody who has a habit of coming and going. Let's talk, let's have a great time, let's make some good memories, daydream about how things, could be, and then I'm going to get scared and run away. So it's about whether or not this person stops to do the spiritual growth and takes action on the things that they need to change in order to actually be emotionally available and connecting, right? Yes, that does make it difficult. Hello, Jagan, how you doing? Any other clarity for Bina? Justice in the reverse, Page of Swords. There's a decision that he needs to be making right now. This decision is what to plan, what to pursue, what to go after. But the Ace of Swords is in the reverse because he's basically lying to himself right now about what's important or what motivates, right? Ooh, okay. I hope that helps, Bina. I just want to stress that the twin flame dynamic, it shouldn't be looked at as this is the only person that could make you happy or love you the way you deserve to be loved. This is an opportunity for each of you to grow and have a really strong connection because you've been through so much, but don't let it push you to sacrifice what you deserve as far as treatment in a relationship. Sending you a big ol' hug. And thank you for subscribing. And I'm going to hop back to James because he says, should I look for love? Yes. Admittedly, it causes some anxiety, but you are in a better mental place to deal with the discernment and intuition that you need to do that, right? With the Ten of Wands, I'm getting a very like natural setting for where you meet somebody. I don't know if you like camping, maybe you like to go hunting or fishing. We have the Lovers in the reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. I see you going somewhere that you go on your own, right? Like fishing. Some people go fishing alone, right? And then you meet someone. So it may be a little bit surprising for you running into, like literally if it's the middle of nowhere and you happen upon somebody else who wants to fish in that spot or something like that, you know? You're not necessarily expecting to encounter somebody, but it's someone who appreciates some of the same things in life that you do. And I like that for you, James. Let's see. We've got Nat left. What is next in love? Let me get a different tarot deck for you. What is next in love for Nat, please? Hello, Vinny Cardoso. I hope things get better for you. Hello, Pharaoh. How you doing? Hello, Frankie. What is next in love for Nat, please? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The World in the reverse. Ten of Wands. And the Hanged Man. I see some indecision. Something that you had considered to be a loss or something that didn't work out, it's not over. So there's a person returning. It doesn't have to be someone you've been in a relationship with. It could have been someone you were kind of like flirty with, but things just didn't work out. There is another opportunity here because something else has ended, whether that's I'm no longer your coworker or I ended the relationship I was in. I see some indecisiveness here as far as should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? What is this person's intentions? Nine of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. To partner up with somebody who understands how to be independent within the context of a relationship. Hello, B. How are you doing? I think this person has good intentions. But you might be a little indecisive about it, and you've got to trust your intuition above all else, right? So you'll be able to discern whether or not they are approaching this in a respectful way or with questionable intentions. Let me just see, I'm going to do that question for Vinny Cardoso. Will she come back someday? Looks like right now there is a pretty frustrating sense of sadness or lack of power to control how things work out between the two of you. But there is still a hope that things could get back together with this Four of Wands and Ten of Cups. These are both cards that reference like a happy home or a strong domestic foundation. So there's hope, but the mood or the mindset right now is working against that reunion. Am I happy not looking for love? You will be happy, yes, on your own, focusing more on learning what you need to learn. But there is a point where the universe is going to put someone in your life. I don't even know if you have to look for this, to be honest. Like I said, you might be in a field or a park somewhere and meet someone. That doesn't seem to me like you're looking, right? I think it's out in nature. But you don't need to be stressing about it. Focus on yourself in a positive way, and that'll help. No problem, Nat. User HG is asking, is he safe to talk to? This person's coming through as disingenuous or dishonest. Not a good use of time. So no, probably not. Frankie would like to know, will I be able to find love again after a difficult period? Yes. Oh, I love that. We have the King of Wands and the Sun with the King of Cups in the reverse. This is saying there is enlightenment that comes to you as a result of your willingness to focus on the right things. Because you go through this difficult period, that's the King of Cups in the reverse, you're able to understand more about what you can do to improve upon what you find next. But this is saying, how do I say this? You never know who you're going to run into or meet. So not that you have to be wearing like your Sunday best every time you leave the house, but someone's going to notice you because of your looks, and there's going to be some chemistry. But, you know, you got to make sure you brush your teeth, you know? Hello, just another Jen. How are you doing? Thank you for the tip. Is my current partner my forever person? See, the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands in the reverse. Or is there someone else that I should be looking for? Is there someone else I should be looking for? Dealer's choice. This is saying that you could be happy in either case. The issue is there is, within the current partnership, there is somebody who expects things to fail. And because of that expectation, that's how things end up. If you are looking for red flags, or if you are comparing your current partner to a previous partner or somebody you wish you were with, then it's not going to work out. If your partner is the person who is kind of hesitating to be grateful for what they have, that is something that needs to be dealt with therapy or some sort of conversation, right? However, if you do end up looking for a different partner, if you decide to walk away from that relationship, there is somebody else out there. This is somebody who right now is dealing with a sense of powerlessness in their life due to a breakup, but they're in the process of like bossing up and learning a lot about themselves. So if you leave your current relationship, you will at some point meet someone who has gone through a pretty difficult breakup, but learned a lot about themselves as a result, to the point where they may even say that it was difficult, but I wouldn't change a single thing about it. So it's choose your own adventure, invest in what you want. I do feel like there is probably heavier lifting required on your end if you stay with the current partner. Either way, I wish you luck. And I hope that you are treated with the love and respect that you deserve, right? Nat would like to know, is Antonio the guy with good intentions? Yes. And we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. Antonio is the type of person, if he is made aware of something that he did that wasn't the best approach, he wants to make things right. So accountability is a language that Antonio speaks. He's fluent in that. Hello, how's it going, Patrick? Do I Jiggle is asking, is it more than emotional cheating? No. It is emotional. I have Temperance in the reverse. Like a cheap therapist, kind of. Looks like. Hello, the Chanter. How are you doing? You're welcome, just another Jen. Thank you for trusting me with your question. You're welcome, Nat. Well, I'm shuffling, but you know what? Then I'm realizing, oh, Vinny. What can I do for you, Vinny? Hold on. Hey, Third Eye, how are you doing? Oh, I see, Vinny. It says, should I wait for her or just move on? should Vinny wait for her? No. Part of what helps this connection have a chance is if you are able to find some independence and build something for yourself. It changes someone's perspective of you, whether that's you or her or both. Being stuck in the same situation could cause more problems, but you are able to be an agent of change. And this will provide some enlightenment to you that is really beneficial as far as how you connect with people in an emotional sense. Oh, you're so welcome, hon. Hello, Ruben. How's it going? All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. I appreciate the likes and the subscribes. And if you're able to hype the reading, I appreciate that as well. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.